Okay. All right,
I'm a little pensive.
Numbers.
So during the recess of the summit,
all the kids played on the playground.
I'm going to turn over to the.
I swung on a swing.
I'm going to turn over to Jed and Austin in Amalthia, and I'm just going to say, all right,
I slap him in the face before he says a word. I slap him in the face.
Does it happen, GM?
It's up to him. Does he want?
I slap you in the face.
Are you going to do anything about that, Aven?
I'm going to try and dodge it.
Cool. See what happens. Well, I mean, you're going to have to, anyways, you have to roll to see if he hits you.
What am I rolling? D20?
Yep. If I can get to him, I'm actually going to push this back. There we go. Actually, I'm going to do that.
And what do I roll to dodge it?
I mean, he probably missed because it's going to be a dodge regardless. What's your armor class, Aven?
7.
What's your... yeah.
My what?
No, it's Scott, and he's already had 0. So, yeah, he doesn't hit you.
Okay. Look, I think
you just see him behind you, and he just...
Look, I think...
And he just carries on as normal.
Yeah.
We can take this time, okay? Jed, maybe you can go and go to the House of Sue and look for Clarence.
On my own?
Since he's there. Well, Austin, you want to go with him?
I can do that.
I prefer my own.
Why do you...
Why do we...
have your
Why,
psychic advisor?
Why? What's going on? Because none of us know what Jesse knows.
Well,
look, I tried to convince him by connecting my mind to his and speaking directly into it, and there was another presence in there. So either he's working with someone else closely, very closely, or someone's controlling him. Either way, there's something going on.
And Montith confirmed that Clarence is back at the House of Sue with a wound. So we need to find out if that's true, whether he has a wound or not, and also
how far away can these things be controlled?
I don't know.
I haven't tested the limit of my powers, but it's reasonable to expect within the same solar system.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You and I right now, we could connect our minds. You could go to the House of Sue, and we could continue a conversation as if we're in the same room.
How about we send your dog?
We could do that. He's not very well trained yet, but you know, I could get a mental link with him, and then I could hear lots of barking.
I want to know what your plan is, Aven, because we can go and find out about Clarence, but we don't seem to be making a great deal of progress either on the assassination attempt or on the slavery option. Now,
I think if we bring Clarence here, that might solve something. So maybe I can go talk to Monty right now and ask him about that.
But then Clarence is going to know if Clarence is behind this. We're better off using surprise if this is the plan.
Well, then just go check up on Clarence, see if he really is wounded, for one. And then we can...
What do I do if he's wounded? He could still be controlling him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he's wounded. He could have...
Is there a way to stop
himself.
the connection?
What was that?
Not that I've learned, but
chopping
I'm sure
off his
it's
head?
possible. That would definitely do it.
Marcus, you're with me.
Would you like to start a connection or anything? You could always call me. Never mind.
Do you think you can handle the meeting?
Well, it's Aven's meeting. I mean,
I think,
Aven, can you handle the meeting?
Think so.
I mean, you've been doing great so far.
I think that...
I whispered about us. Were we in a different meeting?
We got to keep his confidence up.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you.
Oh,
No, you can't.
Austin, that's not how your mind powers work.
Yes,
don't-
it is.
if I'm going to check out Clarence, why don't you keep them talking about the assassinations? Because everyone's got something to say. Listen to why Johnny thinks it's Monty. Listen to what everyone's thoughts are. Let them talk about it, and during that time, hopefully, I'll get to find out about Clarence.
All right, let's do it. You ready?
How do I get into Monty's
break.
house?
How do you get to the
How do I
House of
get
Seel?
into Monty's house?
Speak with the guards outside, and let them know that you were sent by Monty.
Can we get a go team on 3?
Sorry, let me just get this right. You want me to lie to people?
It's what you do best.
I walk off.
Leave before you answer.
All right. So, I guess it's the recess is about to end. Then
Yep, and that's actually whenever Warren, the shipmaster, kind of walks over and he's like, "If, with all due respect, what is the purpose with this? Because this is a grievous misuse of my time. I'm needed to be watching over the safety of this sector. I need to be preventing hostile ships from entering the system."
Well, initially we were told by Clarence, the advisor of the House of Sue, that
Can I stop
that the
Aven
Knights
from
of Emanon
talking
were.
and suggest that I walk off with Warren if he's heading back to somewhere reasonable and try and talk to him about the scenario that.
Well, Warren was going to continue with the meeting. He's not going to just abandon it. But
Okay.
We were told initially by the advisor of the House of Sue, Clarence, that the Knights of Emanon were very much involved in the callers and the watches and just everything with the Sagara. Not necessarily, he did not say that it was solely the money, but that you were involved, and so that's why I wanted to bring you to this meeting so we could all discuss that and see what that looked like. But now it's apparent that you were not involved in the Sagara, but
yes, the only other thing that we dealt with on this planet was the resistors, and though we didn't fully deal with them, we did help keep them back as a way of thanking them, because they are in fact causing an issue in our sector by rising up against governmental powers.
right. But I think that if you could just wait here for a bit longer as we're discussing this, I think we could solve this issue soon. But for now, it's also it's something that we will have to discuss as a whole, all the Primum and the Knights, you representing them here in the meeting. So
And then carry on, and
Yeah.
he walks back to his seat.
and I'll walk back up to the stand or wherever I was.
Your podium.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Yep. And that starts playing in the background. That's awesome.
Yeah, it starts playing Kansas music.
Do 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 do.
Thank you for your time, everyone. And for returning
Sounds
to
like
your
it's
seats.
concluding.
No, I know.
Order.
No. So, I guess I'd like to bring up the assassinations and the attempts, and of course, the loss of Salamune of the House of Ru.
And you see the family over there kind of, nod in acknowledgement.
I would like to hear, Johnny, your reasoning for why you would assume that the House of Sue is behind the attack.
Well, Aven, you of all people should know that for the longest time, the most powerful house of the Primum were the Dew.
Yes.
And then, out of nowhere, the Sioux come to power. The Knights of Emanon basically begin living here. The Sagara, as you've mentioned, for whatever reason, for why ever you care, appear to be imprisoned. And with their power, they seem to be growing at an unstable rate to where they could technically take out all of the other houses. What would prevent them from wanting to take out all of the other leaders and claim domain over the entirety of the planet with their new allies, so to speak?
Thank you. I'd like to raise to you my response to that would be the wounds that Montith himself bears, and why he would be willing to attack himself if he were behind the attacks.
Our leader was killed. He's got minor wounds. He could have inflicted them on himself just to try and help prove a point.
Then why not point fingers at any of the other families? Or the Knights of Emanon? Seeing who the perpetrators were.
Well, then it'd be Sue's fault anyway. The Sioux are the ones that allowed the Knights to reside here.
The Knights were in control of this region of space, regardless. So they could have.
Yes, but they left our planet in check. They didn't bother us, and now they're here, and now all of this is happening.
Well, I would like to hear from the other families. What you think about this claim? Any of you who would wish to speak up?
And Cullinter speaks on how he also, like Lillian, the House of Mu the House of Mu also does not want war, but as the former House of Power, we will follow whatever Dew decides. And then, your father also kind of doped up on pain pills a little bit, is against war if possible. No, he's still kind of conscious, but he's got Sala there with him to make sure he doesn't go a little too ridiculous.
Johnny, I understand your frustration. Seeing my own father attacked, I can understand what more pain there would be if he were killed. That aside, I think we should look at this with reason and try and understand how any one family could have attempted to attack another. If it's clear that it seems like most of us, if not all of us here, don't wish to start war. So I cannot assume that the House of Sue would try and anything that would cause that.
I don't think that they would anything.
Yeah, I know. Wait, did I cut out?
You just kind of stopped and didn't say anything, and you said would do anything that would cause that, or that they would anything that would cause that.
You kind of put Ricardo speak.
You kind of put two
and
without like a middle part in there.
Did you want to draw us a picture?
I would say, where's Jed heading right now?
To Sue's house. I got confused.
I'm here to keep you safe, Sue.
I'm going to the House of Sue. The one with Clarence in, we think.
Yeah.
How far away is it?
Well, like I said, the area that you guys are in is technically on the kind of like the halfway point between Dew territory and Sue territory. So it's not, you're on their turf, so it's not that far.
Okay.
It's not preposterous to think you'd get there relatively quickly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Am I relatively there?
Pretty much, yeah. We'll go ahead and say that.
Okay.
Did anybody else? What's everybody else doing, actually? I guess Marcus is still watching the door. Yeah. Austin, you're still watching Aven's back and I guess waiting for a phone call. Amalthia, are you there with him as well?
Yeah, I'm staying with Aven.
Okay. So, Jed, what are you currently doing?
I'm going to see if I can walk into the House of Sue.
Okay, well, the mercenaries, the half Saugans, half human are there, and they kind of stop you and they're like, oh, no one's, our leader is not home.
Yeah, no, I was just in the meeting with Montif. He asked me to come and speak to Clarence.
And he kind of looks at you for a second. He's like, why wouldn't he send
Because
member of
he
his
thought-
own family.
He thought Clarence might have information on the attack, and we're trying to investigate the attack.
Roll persuasion, charisma. Come on in. you roll 11 plus your +3, right?
2, I think. Is it?
2.
Plus 3 in total, yeah.
No, it's 3.
No,
Yeah.
plus-
Yeah. So you got 14.
Thanks, man.
Out of the 10 I was looking for. I blindly trust you. I'll trust you to the end of the world. In fact, I
As you
joined your
should.
faction.
Can I have a milkshake as well, please?
On it, boss.
Do I know where Clarence's office
I know
is?
you. You're a famous celebrity, Jed Cage. What?
Do I know where Clarence's office room is?
Yeah, it's just down the hall from.
Okay, I'm going to head in that direction. But then I'm going to sort of hover outside, see if I can hear anything, see if I can tell if he's in there or...
You hear him complaining about the wound.
I'm going to walk in.
Yep, he's currently being being protected by two of the mercs that immediately point their weapons at you. What do you want?
Go ask the man at the door. We don't have
Which one are
time
you
to...
talking?
Both of them. We don't have time to waste here. Time is of the essence.
He runs up to you with your milkshake.
Thank you. Can you get these guys out of here so I can have a chat with Clarence, please?
Okay. That's up to him, but he said he was sent by Monteith himself. And also my dog.
No, it's Q in the background.
Blue.
Oh, right.
It's okay, Blue. It's okay.
Good, thanks. We needed somebody to lampshade that.
Yeah, Q's in the background.
Yeah, so I'm going to see if I can get Clarence on his own.
Okay.
By asking the
so-
guard with the milkshake.
Try it. Well, he explained that, the whole Monteith thing said he sent, so try and persuade Clarence now.
Clarence, I'm here because I'm concerned not only about the meeting that's happening, but also about the attacks from last night. And
Give me your dice roll.
I thought you might be the man. 10, I think.
It's like Monteith would not have sent you of all people, but I can assure you I'm definitely not the one who sent the attack. And he turns around and kind of lifts up a bandage, and you just see this axe like cleave that just tore through his back.
Yours had
Where it's
axes.
like it's
Yours had axes. Ours had katanas.
yeah, it was kind of like a chopping motion where it would have, if you got hit by it from the side and it cut straight down without actually sticking into you, that and his skin's like kind of parted where it cut straight down. There's just this nasty mess of
Milkshake?
this is kind of like this like bendy straw.
Can I sit, Clarence?
What do you need?
I want to talk to you. Clarence, I
Points
want
for
to
you
talk
to
to
sit
you.
down.
Can we have some privacy?
And the guards, he beckons them away.
I jump him. No, I
Tackle him through the window and start punching him in the face.
Oh, really? Because I thought
Yeah.
you meant like jump
Yeah,
and like.
I meant both.
pick it up.
He jumps his bones.
So, do you know anything about the attack, Clarence? Do you know where, why, who? Do you have any leads whatsoever?
No, it's.
Clarence, you're a man that knows things.
I am a man that knows things, but I don't know this.
Well, who would?
I have no idea who would have orchestrated this attack.
Who could have orchestrated it?
I guess the question is who couldn't, and for the most part, I guess anyone would be capable, but it would take a large sort of sums to do it. So somebody would be missing some sort of currency if that were the case.
Okay.
There'd be a notable wealth drop.
Well, who else is there? If all of the families were attacked, if we were to rule out all of the families at this moment in time, which I'm not saying we should do, but if we were, Who does it leave?
The knights, what's left of the resistors, the mercenaries who work for this family now,
And if you
civilians.
had to choose one?
I'd say the resistors, but they shouldn't be able to afford that type of action at this point. The knights have held them off well, unless... No, even with the meeting being adjourned, I'm sure that the knights wouldn't have held off enough for them to pull that off. At least not without some sort of assistance.
So you got nothing to go on, Clarence.
I'm afraid not.
Clarence, do you have any psychic powers?
Go ahead and roll and see if you can persuade him.
That was blunt.
The bluntest thing.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Do you have mind control? Yay or nay?
11. Not a bad roll.
And
Those
then
are
he
all right.
kind of goes into your mind a little bit.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
I hand over the milkshake.
It's like, what? And which way do you mean? As what you kind of hear in your mind.
That way. That way. Clarence, are you able to walk?
And he's kind of holding himself. So yeah, he's like, yeah. And you see him pop his back and he starts trying, he moves.
I think it'd be useful to have you at the meeting, Clarence. I get the feeling that one of the families is lying about this, and that having you there will help, especially with those powers.
But we both know that I was restricted by your party, in fact.
We were quick to judge, Clarence. I can see you're a top guy. You're the man, Clarence. You're the man. Clarence, do you want to keep?
Indeed.
Do you want to keep Monty safe?
It is my job.
Then get your ass out of bed.
As he still stands there, he looks around at his chair beside him. He's like, okay.
Oh, I'll get my ass out of your bed. Sorry. Stand up. And I get dressed.
Start brushing your teeth and you use
I
his
go,
toothbrush.
I'll be outside.
It's the next morning.
I'll be outside, and I go and wait outside with my milkshake.
More than happy
But I've turned-
entering his mind.
But I've turned the straw upside down so I don't get his germs.
Wouldn't he just go into the cup
Yeah, that's
anyway?
the joke.
Yeah.
No, what was that? That sounded like a whistle.
That was you laughing.
That
No.
was.
There was another sound. Okay.
No, Jed's outside, so it was some type of bird.
Oh, right.
Some type of bird was chirping.
Yes, the local bird. The
The whistler.
I think it was
You
Sue.
said
I think it was Sue wolf whistling. And can I suggest to Clarence that we leave the mercs behind? I'll look after
right.
you. I've got your back, and I pat him on the back.
Oh god.
Dang it.
He screams in pain.
Roll for damage.
Yeah, I say actually roll for damage. Roll for damage.
What am I rolling?
Unarmed.
What's that roll? I've only got a stun
should
bat
be a
on.
one-
I didn't hit with
Combat
that.
arms.
It's a 1d4. Well, technically it's a
That's
1d2.
two. Yeah,
but
so
we're
it's
using a 1d4.
and then
format.
odd is
So that's a 1
yeah, it's a 1.
plus your strength, which I think is 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he shrieks in pain and
That's the
Watch
spirit.
it.
Let's go.
he just kind of looks at us like, what have I gotten myself into?
Okay. I'm going to walk a little bit too quick for him, considering his injuries.
Of course you are.
Yep.
He starts trying to waddle like his keep up. It's like, slow down.
I'm going to ask him as we're walking back if he has, if he had to choose a house that could be responsible for this, who it would be.
I have no idea. I can assure you, though, it was not Sue.
How can you be so sure?
Because I'm part of House Sue, and I've been with Montith. So unless somebody did it on the side,
But Montif has also claimed that he knows nothing about what's going on.
which shows even further that it wasn't House Sue.
No, things that you know have been going on that he doesn't. I take it at this point we've walked out of the compound.
Yeah.
And it's just me and him.
Yeah. There's things that are important that he doesn't know for the safety of our family. There's things that I keep from Monty because I don't want him to act irrationally. I don't want his emotions to get the best of him, and I don't want Monty to strike out and cause an issue. I do what I believe is best for our family, for this planet, for our people.
Okay. I think that'll do. We'll walk back in silence.
In awkward silence.
So back at the meeting,
I'm holding his
Where-
hand.
skipping.
Yeah.
So, Aven, what's going on at the meeting?
I guess the families were kind of like maybe going around and talking about who they might suspect or whatever. I don't know.
Okay, and yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's not really, other than the Rue, nobody's really pointing fingers at anybody. It's more of just the not wanting issue, or with the sake of this case of the Moo wanting to, they'll follow what the dude believes is right. Because you trust your father.
I believe that it's important that we are able to speak to the matter of what would qualify a people to be considered as fellow citizens of this world, because I believe that though they have not been seen or treated as equals, they are as much a habitant of this world as any of us. And that is why the Sagara, with these collars and wrists things, it's wrong, and it shouldn't be that way. And I believe that despite whatever conflicts there may have been in the past, there was a treaty, and that treaty has been broken because of those collars, and I don't see that as the ideal way to run things around here. And I mean, I know I'm not one to talk. I did run away from responsibilities here, but this is how I feel. And this is what I think is important to bring into light. And I know that Montith, you might not see it that way, but I believe that it's something that we should talk about and negotiate as the Primum as a whole, and not just one house. Your response?
Everybody's yeah, they're all like they're all just kind of like, okay.
I start a slow clap. Try and get everyone clapping.
The dog
Go ahead
starts
and roll
barking.
roll persuasion.
Oh, okay.
No, I
Amalthia
want
looks
Austin too.
confused for a minute and goes,
Rolling for slow clap.
What's my persuasion? Where is it? So that is a 9.
Plus your charisma, not?
Well, 7 plus 2, so 9.
Then yeah, everybody joins in.
Yes.
Some of them aren't even sure why. They just kind of did it for the sake of.
Why are
a new
we
treaty
putting
is
our hands
formed.
together?
It becomes the end of yes,
Amalthia's
Amalthia,
like,
just clap.
Clink, 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 clink.
Yeah, everybody's like
Why?
clapping perfectly except for Amalthia, who's like off time. You're like,
Yeah, she's off time. She doesn't clink though.
Oh, all right. It's
She's
still,
not
it's still
that robotic.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Uh, um,
So what's your question, Monte? Since this local happened,
so
in short, just like give me an idea of what it was.
well, Montith, what do you say about the idea that Sagan's dang it, I made a mistake. The Sagara are seen as equal inhabitants of Saugus.
As you stated, even we've had a treaty. If they themselves believe that they're being treated unfairly, then yes, of course I agree. Why would anyone say otherwise?
And that's why I bring up the experience that myself and my party has seen in how the Sagara how they view the situation. They're afraid. They're afraid to remove the collars, to remove the wrist, the watches, and even to, and we've even heard that those who've attempted to run away, and the fact that they're running away, what are they running away from? And if they attempted that, then they would die. And
Die? How?
well, the attempt to remove.
They teleported to death from Austin's display.
Whenever they had attempted to remove these peripherals, they would explode.
I know nothing of this.
And yet, yours is the house that supplied these things.
They said nothing of distrust or disdain to me about these.
I read it in their minds.
You also claimed to be able to read mine and did no such thing.
You have other forces inside your head that are preventing it. And I will actually, I will teleport directly next to him and say, these things I can do.
Is that your new power? Okay.
That is my new power, yeah.
All right.
Nice.
I'm well versed in these things. Trust me. There was
You hear,
someone
like-
in there, and I tap his brain or his head. There's
Whenever
someone
you
else in
do-
there.
I reach my finger inside his head to tap on his brain.
I reach in his mouth and no.
When
Up
any of
his
this
nose.
When
is,
you poke him, his dog snarls. Also, people scream when you randomly teleport into the middle of the bike right by them. But what, Jed?
That's fair.
Wait, scream?
whereabouts am I while this is happening?
You're still walking with Clarence.
Okay. Has Clarence reacted in any way, shape, or form to this?
No, but he does communicate with you mentally once again, Jed. And actually, I probably should reconnect because it shows that I'm not appearing on your video, at least.
Yeah, I'll do it in a second.
Yeah, you poofed.
Basically, he kind of tells Jed he knows why he's here.
He does?
He knows your destination. He knows your goal.
I don't know my goal.
But he does. He's kind of been observing you for a while. Mhm.
Do you like what you see? I just asked.
It's like, quite.
Whoa.
I'm gonna put my hand to my
It's
head.
more of an annoyance, Jesse.
I'm going to put my hand to my head and try and convey the question. What's his end goal to him?
As our end goals aren't too far apart. It's why.
I stop him and say, does that mean I'm a psychic?
No.
Oh.
Although
okay.
it does mean your aluminum foil doesn't work.
My plan was to wrap you in aluminum foil.
I know what your plan was.
Damn you, Clarence!
But yeah, I've assisted you all for a while now.
Assisted?
Assisted?
Did you help Marcus last night?
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
I avoided that mind at all costs.
See, if you wanted to assist, though, you would have gotten Jed laid from Sue. Just saying.
I don't think he wants to touch that mind either.
Jed, chips don't just explode on their own.
Right.
And
I mean, you're
he
going to
just-
have to spell this out for me, Clarence.
Then he just quits there and continues.
Clarence. Clarence, don't go silent on me now, Clarence. Come on.
He's
I
no
shared
longer
my-
linked with you.
I shared my milkshake with you, Clarence.
Are you still
Boy.
thinking this, or are you talking out loud?
I'm talking to him.
Oh,
But Jed, did it bring all the boys to the yard? That's
Didn't
the
even
real
bring
question.
Clarence to the yard. That's the problem.
He's silent.
Okay. He's not refusing to go into the meeting then.
No, still going with you.
Good.
Okay, back to Aven, I guess, for now. You guys are probably approaching the building, by the way, Jed. So, Aven, as you were.
Alright.
Marcus, of course, finally gets to see the Clarence because he sees him walking in with Jed. He's like, I did it.
Did
I'm
the
gonna-
thing.
I'm going to put my hand on Clarence's shoulder, avoiding his back,
okay. Yeah.
and I'm going to walk him towards the pedestal next to Aven.
All right. Aven, do you have any final thoughts before they walked in that you were saying with them?
That I guess like the gist of what I would have said is that the collars and the bracelets are what broke the treaty, and that it's then that's like a legal issue in yeah. So
And then the doors reopen, and Jed, Clarence, and if Marcus wants to as well, all enter.
Hello.
Sure.
Did you miss me?
Not really.
Well,
And you hear
I
like
have
somebody
got
kind of
some-
hush you because you're interrupting a meeting.
I've got some good news, everybody. And I march Clarence up to the stage.
I invite Jed and Clarence to the stand.
Oh, thanks very much. And we walk up, and then I lean forward and whisper into Clarence's ear, "Are you sure you knew my plan?" And then I use my stun rod on him.
No.
Yes, and he takes it and stat now.
Yeah, he does.
Are you actually going to stun him?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Go ahead and roll for.
Wow.
Holy
guess he didn't-
crap.
Guess he didn't
Well,
see
he
the
did know it, but he didn't quite. He didn't know how to dodge it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Jed, what are you doing?
So yeah, you hurt him pretty bad.
I didn't want to. I just wanted to stun him. I didn't want to. I don't know
Did
if
you-
that makes any difference.
Did you stun him right on his injury
Yeah, pretty much,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
back?
Yeah.
We'll get
He's lucky I didn't
actually,
wrap
we'll
him.
give a bonus damage for that because he's got 8 HP, and you already smacked him in the back, taking 1 damage earlier.
He's lucky I didn't wrap him in foil. To be honest
Yeah.
with
so
you,
you're gonna knock him unconscious. If you
I
did
just
that.
wanted him to. Yeah, I just wanted him to be spark out.
Okay, so he screams, and everybody stands up and prepares their weapons and stuff.
Jed, what are you doing?
I don't know. I panicked. No, no, I didn't. I didn't panic.
I'm
Don't.
not good on front of people.
Can we cut that bit? I lean forward to Aven, and I tell him that Clarence has been controlling Monty's mind. We don't know how long for, but he's been in there. He claims he's doing good, but I would assume that means that Clarence or Monty know a lot more than they are letting on. Probably more likely Clarence, and that Monty is being a puppet for decisions that are being taken out of his hands.
Now, are you saying this quietly to Aven or just?
I'm saying it to Aven, yeah, because
Okay.
So you actually did knock him out, though.
Yeah,
Well,
he has 1 HP.
I figured that would stop the mind control.
No, George Jones said he has 1 HP.
I kick him in the
It
face.
appeared.
We'll just give him for the hitting the boo boo. He's out. He brought him all the way back, and then knocked him unconscious in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
Please, everyone, order and please take your seats. It seems that there's been something that has come to light, and that it appears that Clarence, the advisor of the House of Sue, has been influencing the mind of Montith, the head of.
Well, let's hear his defense.
No, as
Jordan, when I walked in, I went to the corner closest to House Dew and just continued watching the entrance.
Okay.
as soon as he knocks out Clarence, I want to try and get a read on Monty's motions, see if I can get in there now.
Yeah, and you do, and it's Jesus Christ, he just stunned the heck out of that guy.
I mean, that's actually quite good. It's good.
Fair.
Fair. Okay,
Yeah, other than that, he's just confused.
that's fair.
And again, Montith, I'd like to I apologize to everyone here for what just happened, but
I don't.
Clarence
He deserved it, to be honest.
Clarence has been influencing Montith through the same abilities that my companion Austin Buttersworth is capable of, and so I'd like to suggest that we
What was the reaction to this news by the other families?
Them wondering why he wasn't given a fair trial and why instead he was just tased on the pedestal.
So we could. Have they asked that question?
I mean, the one kind of said, "What's his defense?" and then
Okay.
you know,
Well, this is the first opportunity that Montif is going to have to speak without Clarence. So I suggest you direct your questions there first.
See, I
us to
told
take-
you.
Nice.
I would like us to hear from Montith without any influence from Clarence. And I apologize for the abruptness that has occurred.
I spin the stun baton round in my hand and slide it back in my holster. And then press the button and stun my own leg.
I was gonna say, did you turn it off before you did that?
Kind of imagine there's a little grapple arm things, like the plastic, like the little toy ones, but like the things that people used to pick up poop. But it's the same thing, so he just. So what's Aven doing?
I already said the Monty was going to speak for himself. I mean, I don't know.
About what? You told him he can speak, but he's like, oh, hi, my name's Montith.
What do you know about the deals made with the Knights of Emanon concerning the the monetary agreements?
Any monetary actions would have been strictly through the advisors, but was
that Scott?
I think it was Kala, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, it was
It
Kala.
was, and it looks like the cameras are going.
Yeah, everything seems to have
Yeah.
died a little bit
20.
on roll 20. So it might be worth everyone
Reconnect
refreshing.
everything.
Yeah.
Look what you did, Carla. You broke it.
Yeah,
Sure,
reload
Carla
it.
will be back.
Is it worth taking a